I, 22F, got added to a group chat, 2030SF, that has been tearing me apart for months. I still have to spend another year with these people. How do I cope? I am currently in grad school in a small program. It's mostly men, but I do have a few female colleagues, who this post is about. This was my first year and I have one more to go. The group chat is comprised of 6 women that I had classes with this year, both grad and PhD students. I tried to befriend them, but they were really standoffish to me, so I stopped trying and kept it professional. I'm pretty quiet anyways, so it worked out. Somehow I got added to their group chat on Instagram. Whether they added me by accident or it was intentional, I don't know. But once you're added, you can see the whole conversation. There is zero talk in the chat of my academic performance and all about my personal life instead. My Instagram account is public, unlike my Facebook. I don't have any of them added on there, and under my real name. I am not ashamed of anything on it at all, so it doesn't bother me that they found it, but the entire chat was talking about how I think I'm so perfect because I have such a curated account and making fun of my posts. My Instagram account is aesthetically pleasing, to me at least. I post maybe 2 or 3 times a week and each post takes me maybe 10 minutes to produce and upload. I also don't share anything negative about my life because I don't like putting that out into the world, but if someone approaches me to talk about stuff privately, I would be willing to. I just don't air dirty laundry. I don't upload pictures of myself except when with my fiance or family, and this is once every few months. I don't think there is any disconnect. What you see on my account is what my real life looks like. I have about 800 followers and I'm not trying to be an influencer. I just like sharing my life since I'm far away from my loved ones and we all follow each other, so it's a way of connecting. Examples of the things I post: exteriors of pretty buildings, decorating my room, things I baked, nature, my paintings, things I knit or sewed, books, calligraphy, wedding planning DIYs, thrifted finds, outfits, Bible study, etc. All of these got torn to bits in the chat. It really hurt. A lot of the criticism was about how I think I'm better than others, or about my religion, or that I'm dumb to be getting married this young. I got called basic, vanilla, painfully white, haha, but some other more hurtful words too. They talked a bit about what they thought my political beliefs were and all agreed that I was a Trump supporter, which I'm not. It got to the point where they went through my fiance's account too and were talking about how he is definitely going to leave me, and they joked about one of them sending him nudes to get him to cheat on me, which he wouldn't. I trust him, but I thought it was really gross of them to talk like that. They never really talked about their classes with me, except one girl said the dress I wore that day was ugly, haha, so I guess the chat was made to discuss my Instagram only. I am still kinda in shock about how to process this. I don't know if they've noticed I'm in the chat now. My fiance told me to screenshot everything and record the whole chat and clicking on their profiles. I did that and also made my account private. He is telling me I should report them to my school as well, but because it's entirely not related to school, they never said anything about my presentations or thesis, I am unsure of how to proceed. The semester has already ended as well. What do I do? Too long didn't read. I got added to a group chat that was making fun of me. How do I proceed? Edit. I fell asleep and just got back to this post and I'm overwhelmed. I can't even begin to respond, but thank you all so much for all the advice and kind words. I'm going to take another day and think it all through before I decide what to do. Thank you all so much again. Okay, somebody added you to the group chat. L1. This is another layer of bullying, or, perhaps more likely two. Somebody in that group wants you to know what's going on. It don't sit right with them. What's funny is that mocking someone for perfectly normal posts is pretty basic. When people are living their lives and not bothering me, I have nothing negative to say about them. People who look for something to be upset about are the real pathetic ones. Senior professor here, phew, and this is typical, sadly, SAGs, stupid academic/academia games. So, your fiance was right, always document, unemotionally I might add, fully. What to do? There are two avenues really. 1. Big and formal, which starts with filing a formal bullying, harassment complaint. Depending on country and university, it's usually a college or central ombudsperson. Upside is it is formally and legally dealt with as they must do, and you likely have legal fallback if they fail to address it. Downside, they'll all be informed, interviewed, separated from you, not to your disadvantage, as that too is a fail, and very angry. If you go this route, seek out r/legal advice or an actual lawyer, or both. 2. Softly, which is find the program or department head, or college dean, and speak off the record with them. There are many soft ways to deal with these issues that avoid formality and drama, but they require these people to care in the first place, not always the case, and have the power to move these people off. Overall, such people are always a cancer, somehow more so at universities compared to my industry career. They are very difficult to dislodge and skew culture heavily at the expense of those like you. My advice, go big and formal, but first line up some support from 1 to 2 faculty you work with. You'll need friends. DM me if you wish more direct info based on your program or university etc., which can help refine thinking, or reply here with what you feel comfortable to share. I completely agree with your fiancé. This is too much. I mean, people doing higher studies like PhD and have a mentality like trollers. You don't have to put up with this shit. I'm pretty sure these idiots are very much jealous of you and your life. Report to the authorities if you decide to, but ignore these monsters and complete your work. Don't let this shit affect your progress. I had a similar issue when I was in my teens. I still regret the fact that I gave my precious time and energy to idiots. They just want to torture you mentally. Don't let them win. Keep working towards your goal. Also, please remove yourself from that useless group. People gave better advice, but you sound cute and nice and like you have cool hobbies, and they're probably jealous of you. Sounds like they're jealous of your fiancé too, lol. They sound truly awful and boring. Is there someone in the group chat who didn't say anything negative about you? Perhaps that person added you because they wanted you to know how awful the others are. I think your fiancé is right that you should report them. Honestly, they sound like jealous bitches. That's some mean girl shit that should have stopped in middle school. I, 24 meters, accidentally sent my coworker, 28F, a nude and she shared it at work. Basically, a few days ago I was texting a coworker about something we were working together on for work. I was also sexting with my girlfriend at the same time. I ended up getting the two confused and sent a nude to my coworker. As soon as I realized what I did, I apologized and told her it wasn't meant for her. She told me it was fine, and not to worry about it and mistakes happen. She told me she would delete it, and me trusting her word, I thought that was it. Today another coworker told me she shared the photo with quite a few people at work. When I confronted her about it and she denied it. We have an HR department, but I'm afraid to talk to them about it because I'm afraid the photo could be seen as sexual harassment and I may lose my job. What should I do? Honestly, ma'am, I think you are getting some bad advice here. It is far more common for men to accidentally send women nudes. It is a very well-known form of sexual harassment. Your coworker is actually quite reasonable to believe that it wasn't an accident. Honestly, I don't even really believe you. I've never sent an accidental pic in my life. Like ever. Top comment saying you can prove it was accidental. Like, WTF does that mean? Don't take work advice from a bunch of teenage boys, aka Reddit. You fucked up. You can go to HR but don't accept the same reaction you got here. Edit. When I posted this, the top comments were about how he should go to HR and he could be protected by revenge porn laws. I doubt it, and that he could somehow prove it was an accident. Bye bye job. A CCI dentally, rolling eyes face. This thread is amazing. The advice is so bad in here it's actually going to get someone fired. Op, Please post an update after you go to HR to tell them you sent a coworker an unsolicited dick pic with the oldest excuse in the book. Edit, since the tides have changed a bit and this somehow ended up top comment, I just wanted to add that when I replied to this, all the top comments, one still with 1.5k plus upvotes, were telling this guy to go to HR because he had proof it was an accident and that his coworker violated revenge porn laws. Both statements untrue and both statements terrible advice. Right? What company do all these Redditors work for? Dude fucked up, be grateful you haven't lost your job already. HR will not see it as an honest mistake. Bro, how bad is your girlfriend at sexting that you had no issue carrying on a normal chat with a coworker at the same time? Alamau. This is why this excuse is so unbelievable for me. Op sent the dick pic in hopes that she would be like, wow, I love your penis. My 29F childhood friends, all 29F, took my husband's 30M side after we broke up. Now that we're reconciling, they want to be friends again. I have 4 childhood friends, Amber, Lucy, Jane and Hannah. We've been friends since we were 3 and have gone through a lot together. Our families are all friends too. I married my husband 5 years ago after dating for 2. Our relationship reached a tipping point last year and we chose to separate. I didn't expect my childhood friends to take his side over mine, but they did, excluding Hannah. They removed me from our group chat, blocked me on social media and were constantly reaching out to my husband to offer him comfort. Even the friends that I met through him treated me better than them. Hannah was the only one of them that didn't treat me badly. She actually helped me understand the divorce process, offered to let me live with her until I was back on my feet, let me cry to her over the phone at midnight, etc. My husband asked for us to try reconciling 2 months ago. I don't want to jinx it, but things are going well. My friends found out and now they want to be friends again. They all sent me long individual apologies to explain their behavior. I haven't responded to any of them, but they've been pestering Hannah to ask me to talk to them again. Jane's parents even asked mine to ask me to respond to her because she was devastated over our falling out. I'm considering talking to Lucy because she's married to my cousin, but I'm not sure about Amber or Jane yet. If you were in my situation, what would you do? Too long didn't read. Childhood friends chose to block me out of their lives after they found out I was divorcing my husband. Now that we're reconciling, they wish to be friends again. I'm curious, what kind of friendship did your husband have with these women when you separated? Has he gone into any details? Are you close with your cousin? Have you asked if Lucy talked about any of this with them? He showed me their texts, which were just them all constantly asking him if he needed anything and if he wanted to hang out when he was back. I'm close to my cousin. I haven't asked him because I didn't want to cause issues in their relationship. Why did they take his side? They want to bang him or something? Or did you cheat on him and they felt bad for him? You're leaving out major details as to why 3 of 4 friends took your husband's side. Either they're just shit people or they have a reason to take his side. If they're just shit people, then don't let them back into your life. I mean, what were the explanations for their behavior? Like, if you were the one that cheated or something, I can understand them taking his side. You conveniently leave out all details of the divorce and their reasonings in this post. A variation of, I thought you were making a mistake, you broke his heart and we were worried he wasn't stable, and if he did something you would blame yourself for it. He's our friend too, and since you left him we thought it wouldn't be fair to take your side over his. I didn't cheat. You were getting a divorce because we were fighting constantly and he didn't understand that marriage was a compromise and he couldn't always have his way or be right.